The biggest thing I would say is be very careful on the acquisition, right? There's an old saying that your money is made on the buy, not on the sell. And if you buy it wrong, you're going to have a really tough time all the way through. So we want to really carefully analyze what the acquisition looks like, how much spread there really is, what the property is going to need.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Investor Fuel podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kesil, and today I'm joined by someone I've been looking forward to chatting with, Steve Fingerman, who's been making serious moves in the mortgage, real estate, title shop, so many industries and spaces combined into one. So really excited to have you here with us, Steve. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching creating such a unique one-stop shop business, bridging all of these modalities together. So let's dive in.
Sounds great, Michelle. Thank you. And I'm happy to be here.
Amazing. So, first off, for people who may not be familiar with you and your world yet, can you give us the short version of what is your main focus these days?
Main focus right now is scaling and building the real estate business, but we do a little bit of everything, right? We're a one-stop shop. So we have the mortgage company, which is Elon's Mortgage, People's Trust Realty for the real estate side, and then Trusted Title on the title side to sort of bring it all together and facilitate our closings as much as we possibly can. Right now, the real estate business is growing for us. So we've gone from the beginning, I think we opened up with like 8 agents. And in a very short period of time, we scaled it up to 108 right now. I think I have 4 more just in the middle of onboarding that haven't officially come on yet. But it seems like we're onboarding anywhere from 2 to 4, sometimes 5 a week, every week.
Amazing. And what markets are you operating in?
So we're in Hernando County, which is Spring Hill, Florida. We're probably about 45, 50 minutes north of Tampa. So we're kind of removed from the metro area. We're sort of a sleepy bedroom community. I say sleepy, but I have to be careful about saying that. I don't want to offend anybody locally. But we've grown. The county has grown quite a bit, and the community has grown. We've got a lot of commercial development going on that we're starting to capture on the real estate side, which is really cool. And a lot of building development, a lot. I mean, there's a new lagoon community going in right down the road on State Road 50, which is going to house about 3,500 homes with one of the largest lagoons locally in our area. First one to come to Hernando County. So we've been meeting with a lot of those developers and builders and looking at what product they have. They literally just opened up. So a lot of exciting stuff going on here as far as development goes.
That's great. Yeah. So what caught my attention about you is the way that you've been able to really
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Put together all of these necessities for real estate with the agents and the loans and the titles and all of those offerings into one shop. Can you share a little bit about how you decided to do that and how you've been running that smoothly?
Sure, sure. Be happy to. So I started out in the mortgage business. Very first loan I closed was in 1998, so it's been a while. Historically, loan officer chases realtor, realtor refers to the loan officer, and that's just a vicious cycle. And so a few years back, I decided that I think it would be better for all of us if we could integrate all that into one place and one-stop shop. So we opened up People's Trust Realty. We started with just a handful of agents. And the idea was to build the real estate brokerage around the lending part of the business because we had already gotten the lending part perfected by that point. And by doing that, we were able to offer a lot more value to our agents than what they typically were seeing.
Great. So, yeah, how have you been running that smoothly with so many moving parts?
A lot of really good people on my side. Certainly I couldn't do any of it without the support and the staff of the people that we have. We've managed to grow quite a bit, but we still very much have a very small family type of feel and atmosphere where everybody's wanting to help each other. We have agents helping agents, and we have loan officers helping agents and agents helping loan officers. Everybody wants to see everybody here succeed. So we've managed to build a really good culture, which for me goes a really long way because without that and without everybody's participation, I couldn't possibly do what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's so important to create that collaborative environment.
It really is. And the first few months of that were kind of challenging, right? Because as you grow, you're always running into these sort of landmines. Uh, but we've been lucky. I've been very fortunate to align with the right people and the right agents and the right groups of loan officers and support staff. And they've really helped us grow quite a bit.
Amazing. Yeah. So, every operator I know had a moment in business where things felt more real. Maybe a deal went sideways, or you just had to make a fast pivot. Do you mind sharing one of those experiences for you?
Oh, I mean, over the years, there's been a lot of those, right?
I'm sure, yeah.
I mean, you look at just getting through the 2008 times, that was a pretty interesting time in itself. And we certainly pivoted a lot at that time period just to stay afloat and survive and be able to live to another day where we were able to do what we're doing now was pretty amazing. The biggest thing I remember is coming in one day in 2008 and like losing a dozen banks in one day with pending transactions at the closing table, finding out that not only are they not going to fund, but like there's nobody on the other side to even answer the phone anymore. So that was pretty interesting. Luckily, when we had the first glimpse of it, I sort of saw what was coming, and we just transitioned and moved from the typical subprime stuff to FHA. At that time, I got my correspondent license and got approval through HUD, which at that point they were doing within 30 days. It was very quick. By the time things sort of really hit the fan and everybody caught on, that turn time got to like 4 or 5 months. So doing that ahead of time really saved us and allowed us to just continue doing business as usual. We almost didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, that's really important. It's what separates the people that are here for like that long-term vision.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. There was even a moment where we were doing a lot of down payment assistance loans back then. And I don't know if you remember outfits like Nehemiah that offered the quote unquote seller funded down payment assistance. So that went away and everybody sort of scratched their head going, what's next? Well, at that time, I'd come up with a sweat equity addendum because in the FHA guidelines, you're allowed to use sweat equity. And so what we did is we had a sweat equity agreement that a buyer and seller would negotiate out, and it gave them sort of some credit for what they would provide in the sweat equity. And we converted that to actual equity in the property that could be counted towards the down payment. So we put a few deals together that way as well. And that was a nice creative way to qualify somebody for the home, put them in and use their labor and their effort and their equity as in exchange for the down payment. And that made the deals work for a while.
Yeah,
So we're
that's
used to pivoting.
yeah, that's important to know how to pivot and how to create the most profitable and best outcome for the clients.
Well, that's the key, right? Is to create the best outcome for the client.
Yeah,
That's what ultimately creates the profit for us as a
of
business.
course.
And if we weren't doing that, we probably wouldn't be in business. So it's nice to be able to do that for people.
Yeah, that's so important. So, a lot of people that listen to this show are investors, maybe in the early stages. And yeah, you mentioned you do work with investors and
We
have your
do.
own. Yeah. So, can you share a little bit more about that process and expand on it?
Absolutely. So a good part of our business is actually doing just that, working with early investors who are just sort of starting to get in, whether it be buy and hold or fix and flip. We do have access to a good number of fix and flip products where we'll take a brand new investor that maybe has no experience, fund them 80% of the purchase acquisition price, 100% of the renovation, and we'll do that all the way up to like 92% loan to cost. So it gives them the capital that they need to get into their first project. I personally do a lot of fix and flips myself. So I know a lot of the local contractors and the vendors that you would need. I've taken clients and sort of hooked them up with the right teams of people, and then we'll personally review whatever project they bring in so that we can determine whether that's going to be a viable flip for them, or are they going to actually make any money? Is it going to be a success or is it going to be a failure? Because the last thing we want to see is somebody new trying to get into this and making the wrong deal, buying the wrong property and just not making any money, or even worse, being stuck with it at the end in a challenging market where maybe the cash flow isn't going to be there if they have to convert to a long-term hold. So we want to try to help our people avoid all that.
Yeah, that's so important to see how you can like support people that are learning and just starting out and avoiding those common obstacles.
It's really important. We
Well,
never want anybody lose, right?
yeah,
Especially if we're involved in a transaction.
yeah. What would you say some of those common obstacles or like misconceptions are that might cause people to like stumble versus succeed in those early stages?
You know, and this is funny, but like TV sort of ruins everything, right? And you have all these shows on HGTV that make it look easy and people are doing these flips in 7 days. But reality is you're probably not going to do a whole lot of work in 7 days time. It's going to take longer than 7 days in most cases just to close on the darn property. Uh, the biggest thing I would say is be very careful on the acquisition, right? There's an old saying that your money is made on the buy, not on the sell. And if you buy it wrong, you're going to have a really tough time all the way through. So we want to really carefully analyze what the acquisition looks like.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
How much spread there really is, what the property is going to need, and then also be cognizant that you have to have a contingency plan. There has to be more than one exit strategy, and you also have to plan for unforeseen and unknown things that come up. Like, are you going to open up this wall and find a whole bunch of wood rot, and this, all of a sudden you have to replace that whole exterior wall, including stuccoing, where you were never budgeting and planning for that, and that might set you back 7,500, 12, 10,000, who knows how much, right? So there has to be enough there in your acquisition where you can afford to absorb all those things that are unforeseen and still be profitable.
Yeah, I think that's something people should really take note of. Awesome. So let me ask you this. What are you most focused on solving or scaling next?
Right now, we're heavily focused on scaling the real estate business in terms of agent acquisition. And that's just because I see a huge opportunity there for agents. A lot of agents that I know personally are just getting tired of paying the high fees to their brokerages. I think that some of those days are numbered for a lot of these sort of bloated type of brokerages or arrangements. There was a time where, that was what you had. But with technology, and we use a lot of technology in our business to be able to minimize our costs, we can really offer a lot more value for a lot less money. And oftentimes they get more value with me than they were getting at like your big box brand, just because of all the things that we provide. So you can continue to pay your brokerage 20% of your money, or you can come here where you get 100% and all I take is $295. And what makes that work is that we have the ancillary businesses to surround it, right? So uh, as long as we're getting and capturing some of the mortgage and the title business, we're profitable and we're making money and we're able to pass that value down to our agents.
Yeah, that's such a high level and unique business model. I feel like not many businesses are doing it like that. How did you like innovate this model?
I did it completely backwards from everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So normally somebody will open a real estate office and then the afterthought is, well, let me add a mortgage company or a mortgage lender. And it's usually not their company, not their business. So they don't necessarily have the knowledge that you need to run a mortgage business. So you're relying on somebody else coming into your existing company. And now you're at the mercy of their service levels, their underwriting, their knowledge, their responsiveness. We did this completely backwards. We spent years and years perfecting the mortgage business. Once we had that down is when I decided to build and scale the real estate business around that. So we're total opposite of what everybody else has historically done.
Wow, love that. So, what is like that next real goal for you?
Well, we're missing a little bit still. So, my concept is I want truly a one-stop shop solution. I want you to be able to come here and get everything you need at the best value, the best cost, and the best service levels. So we have mortgage, real estate, and title. We're missing insurance. So for me, next piece of the puzzle is to add an insurance company to the mix. Me and my partner in the title business, Patrick Hand, are working on that right now. And we're actually hoping to launch that, let's say, reasonably in the next 90 days. Our goal is sooner than 90 days, but I'll reasonably say up to 90 days just in case. Again, we find something that we didn't foresee in terms of a hurdle in opening and launching. But within the next 3 months, we'll have an insurance company.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Awesome. So, yeah, like I mentioned, a lot of people listening to this show are either earlier in their journey or they're just looking to level up. And I think they'd benefit from hearing this. When it comes to building your relationships and growing your network, what has made the biggest difference for you?
The biggest difference is, well, first of all, get out there, right? Go shake hands, meet as many people as you can. You know, obviously be very genuine with people. And I approach things probably a lot differently. I look at things in the nature of how can I help someone else first before it benefits me. And that in turn has benefited me tremendously over the years.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
isn't necessarily about making money from a connection. It's about helping that connection. And if you make other people money, they'll make you money in return.
Yeah, relationships and service are the most important thing in this space.
Absolutely. And if you're just starting out as a new investor, build your team. Get people around you that are really good at what they do. You, the old saying, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. So definitely surround yourself with some really smart people that have done exactly what you're trying to do, have a proven track record of success at it. Like for me, I don't just do lending in real estate, I also invest. So I've come through those hurdles that people face. I've made bad decisions. Not every decision is a good decision, right? And I've had the unfortunate experience of doing a deal where I lost some money. And so I could pass that knowledge down to everybody that I work with. And that's important. You need to really work with people that have an understanding of what you're going to be going through and what you're facing that can help you not only avoid it, but get through it if it happens and also scale your business so that you can grow it. Like one flip a year is nice, 20 is a lot better. So work with people that can get you there and help you achieve all your goals.
Yeah, that's very crucial. How has like your investor journey been? I'm sure there's like a piece of advice you can offer.
It's been a very interesting ride for sure. The best piece of advice I can give goes right back to the basics. It really starts with your acquisition. Be smart about what you're buying, study your market, understand and know what your market times are, what your days of market are going to look like. Don't think just about landing the deal, land the right deal, and then think about what your exit strategy is going to be. Ideally, right now, I'm advising that you get in a position where you can ultimately come through your renovations, your rehab, everything else, and be priced ultimately a little bit below that market so that you're getting more eyes on your property and a quicker turnaround. Because for us as investors, that's the name of the game, right? I want in and out as quickly as I can. I don't want to sit on the market for the 96-day average market time. I want to contract in 30 days or less, ideally a week to 10 days. The only way I'm going to accomplish that right now is to be about 4 or 5% below what the comps say. And we see when we do that, that pricing strategy right now works really well. We sell very, very quickly. When we're at comp or above comp because we want to get all the money, those are the properties that sit a lot longer and it takes a lot longer to recapture your capital. And if you're paying underlying financing on that, you end up losing more money anyway by the time it sells. So just be smart about really buying and how you're going to exit it. Those are crucial. Those 2 points right now are very crucial.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out to you, connect, collaborate, or just learn more about what you're doing, what's the best way for them to reach you?
So they can call me directly. I always give out my cell number. I'm an open book. You can call me anytime. My cell is 727-946-0904. And they could also find us online. Our website is www.ourteamrocks.com.
Perfect. Well, listen, I appreciate your time, your story, and perspective. We need more people in this space who are doing innovative things. So thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was really a pleasure.
Absolutely. And for those of you tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you're subscribed. We've got more conversations coming with operators just like Steve, who are out here building real businesses. And we'll see you all in the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.